Hello again, how you doing? I would like to discuss today in further detail the battle within and how are we doing when it comes to actually building goals so that we have a strong foundation. In all the previous videos, I have laid out certain things that give you the opportunity to start creating you. Now, if you looked at my videos about my story earlier, you would see that there were certain things that I had to face. And one of them that was really internal was I had to have a statement for myself that would keep me on track. Because I knew that without creating good habits, I would fall back to who I was. That was unacceptable. So one thing that I told myself consistently, and although it sounds negative, it truly is positive, which was lies make you lie down and die. And what I meant about that, and it was mine, it wasn't for global, okay, you have to come up with your own, or if that works, so be it. What I meant by that is if I continually lied to myself, then I would never go ahead and live because I bought the lies so much that it would keep me away from accomplishing my goals. I knew that words, languages that were negative and positive, internal dialogue, negative, would really kill me. So lies would make me lie down and die. That's how I started. That's how I started to win the battle within me. I had to throw it down, okay? A gauntlet. I had to make sure that I was calling myself out and what was the first thing I was going to do, which was overcome the lies. Excuse me. I think it's very important also that you develop your own statement, your own starting point. Earlier I talked about ignition, I talked about motivation. That was my switch. It made sense to me. And it wasn't somebody else's that just, kind of made sense, okay? It was real. So I want to go ahead and take this to the next level in as much as what did it really do for me? It made me face all my pains. You will have to face your pains. The pain of not being successful. If you're going to win the battle within yourself, you're going to have to be able to face and be willing to overcome all the bad habits that have increased and brought to you pain. It's not one thing to sit back and go, geez, that kind of hurt. Be a little bit more in depth in your thought process. So I want to go ahead and I described this in my book a little, but I want to give you an example of what happened. So I went to a hotel just to get the free buffet because it was dinner. And I started looking around and saw people who were my age who had a better life than I did. They were more successful. They had other people hanging around them who looked to be successful. They were laughing, they were joking, they were having a wonderful time. I, on the other hand, as I ate my buffet dinner, free hors d'oeuvre dinner, I should say, I started to become a little angry. I started to become really jealous that they had gone ahead and taken the steps forward to go ahead and create the life they wanted. Now, they may or may not have been happy. That I cannot tell you. But I can tell you that they were on a road that I wanted to be on. And that's when I realized that I was lying to myself. That's when I realized some key facts. Is instead of being angry or jealous at what they had accomplished, I started to realize that I stopped. I could not be mad or jealous or anything of their nature. I had to more or less sit back and go, they're doing something I'm choosing not to do. Successful people do that. They will do the things that other people won't do. And the first thing they did was stop lying to themselves, or at least putting themselves on a track for success. So that's when I came up with that statement, lies make you lie down and die. Because I was lying to myself. So what's your statement? What is something that you can hold on to that is gonna go ahead and take you to the next level? What makes sense to you? You have to find that out. You have to go ahead and say, this works for me because this is my truth. And if you're gonna win the battle within yourself, and you will, because you're strong enough, you have to identify what that one statement is. It's absolutely huge. And you have to be willing to face the pain. Those are the obstacles. But if you think this is going to be a cakewalk, it isn't. When you're in business, you are competing against others who have your position. When you're in business, you start to see people go around obstacles. They start to think outside of the box. They get to a point where they're asking a lot of questions of their supervisors. They are opening themselves up to knowledge. They're opening themselves up to experience. So in business, you can sit there and say, wow, the boss really likes that person. That's why they got promoted. The question you should ask, were you ready? Were you ready to get promoted? And if you're not ready to get promoted, if you haven't done the things to get promoted, then you can't be angry because you chose not to do them. In a personal relationship, it's the same. As it was for me, as I sat and I watched these individuals who were having the life I wanted to have. I couldn't really be mad at them when I got thinking about it because I chose not to do it. But they had it, so it was easy for me to point the finger as I had in the past. Or it was time for me just to say, you know what? Cut it out, Tom. Go get it. What is it you need to do in your personal plan to go out and achieve that? So again, the correlation is the two different relationships of business and personal relationships are very similar. It's the same thought process. The big one here is don't make excuses. Find out what it is and go do it. Again, for me, lies make you lay down and die. I got tired of lying to myself because I was dying in the position I was in, and I wanted to live the life I knew I could have. So endure through fear, that's what I did. I endured all the pain to get through the fear of success. You have to endure through fear. It is huge. And when you endure, you face pain. Be aware this is not a cakewalk, as I stated. You will find pain that you didn't even know existed because it's like an onion. As you peel layers back, you know the rest of that. So go into this challenge with an open mind. Not everything will be rosy. And I'm sure you're noticing that if you've been doing the homework assignments that we've laid out in past videos. Understand that this is exciting. Pain is good. Pain lets you know you're feeling something. Pain lets you know you're on the right path. Change should not be comfortable because you're not changing them. You got to dig deep. You've got to look in that mirror. You have to say the things that are going to create a better you. Now, I've talked about fear a little bit, and that is a major deterrent because people stop growing because they're afraid, they're anxious, whatever the term. And I'll get into that more in the next video because it deserves a little video of itself. It is that important. Understand that through all this pain that you're going through for growth, your life is going to change. And the people around you are going to notice your life is changing. People are going to notice that you're trying to break out of that little world that you've been in because you want better for yourself and your family. You want to go ahead and exercise your right to live the dream you deserve. And I bring this up because the people around you are going to try to stop you because you're actually showing them the things they're not doing, and they don't like that. So stop listening to the naysayers. And that's painful because some of the naysayers are your friends. But would your friends really stop you if they were your friends? So instead of looking at the naysayers and being hurt by what they thought or what they think, I challenge you to look at it this way. Be their path light. Allow them to see the path that you're taking, illuminate it, so they in turn can see that path is achievable and they can follow you on their own path to success. So you could either be upset and in pain that they can in fact hurt you, or you could change the way you look at it and say, listen, they just don't know. So I'm going to go on this path with the hopes they'll follow me. I cannot help them, but I can show them that there is a way. And hopefully they'll start to change their current status in life. You see, we all have that power. What we do or don't do affects those that are around us. Yes, it's painful, but if you do it for all the right reasons, You'll impact more people than you know. You'll impact people you don't even know. That's what tomorrow brings. That's why you're so excited for tomorrow. Just think of it. If today's an okay day, tomorrow's going to be much better. And if today was a lousy day, tomorrow's going to be so much better. So I'm so excited for tomorrow. Take care. We'll talk about fear in the next video. Thank you.